Our brain pops up several thousands of thoughts every day. Some of them do not align with us. They might be disgusting, fearful, sexual, and blasphemous. These thoughts are known as intrusive thoughts. But do not try to get rid of them. It's what leads to or causes pure OCD. Instead, you should consider it as a mental unwanted pop-up ad. But why or how does that work? Well, consider the intrusive thoughts like the unwanted ads that pop up in YouTube or games. They just come randomly, maybe related to the video you're watching or maybe not at all related. We either wait for it to go on its own or press the skip ad button, but mostly we don't pursue it or see it as it doesn't align with our interests at all. Similarly, intrusive thoughts are like unwanted pop-up ads. They do not mean anything or they do not predict the future or anything about your personality or your values. Just allow it to go on its own or skip the thought, but do not attach any strings with it. By strings, I mean intrusive thoughts are not predictors of future or define you or your values. They're not threat or dangers. They do not have any inner meaning, so that you don't have to overanalyze or go behind these thoughts fearing it that they are any predictors of future. This is what usually goes inside the one who fears these intrusive thoughts. And they suffer from all of these, isn't it? Next time they come, do this instead. Allow it to be there. Do not try to get rid of it or suppress it. Realize and understand it means nothing about your future, who you are, your beliefs. It's just the opposite of it. Consider it as an unwanted pop-up ad and thus allow it to go on its own or skip it. Say in your mind, weird thought, funny that I'm having it, and anyway, moving on as it means nothing to me or about my future. All this will make your brain realize you're safe and the thought that popped is no danger alone. And this is what your brain will say. He or she hates it and tries to avoid it so much, so it must be a danger or threat. I must always check out and alarm the person about it. And this is what your brain says whenever you consider it as a danger or a threat. Thus, the brain constantly produces more of these thoughts day and night to alarm you, but the threat and the danger. More intrusive thoughts with more power thus pops up. But however, if you don't do it, the brain would say, oh, here she is not trying to avoid it, so it's no danger, I'm safe, no biggie, and moving on. So you're not attaching any particular strings with those thoughts and you're basically freeing the thought on its own way. And thus the brain will become calmer, quieter. Remember, having bad thoughts doesn't make you a bad person. Never try to be mentally pure or technically have a pure mind. That is from perfectionism. In fact, in reality, a good person or a healthy human being can have all kinds of thoughts, and this is the truth that we're missing. The more you try to avoid a thought, the more your brain consider it as a threat, and thus it becomes more often. Give yourself the freedom of thought, allow whatever thoughts to exist, and move on with your life. And that's the solution, the ultimate solution to dealing with intrusive thoughts. Thank you for watching. Share it with the ones who might need it the most.